Good afternoon and welcome back. It's another exciting week. We get to knock some more stuff out on the Echo. Last week got the engine sorted, as you can see there. She's looking pretty. I've actually paint stripped all the trumpets. Sorry, the bit of an Echo. I've got the garage door down. Paint stripped the valve covers so they're looking better. They can get painted. Not sure what colour I'm going to do them yet. And I'm definitely going to order some new ones of these. Just can't deal with the purple. Even the red won't be staying. I think I'm going to learn to do some Cerakoting myself. A little bit of an exciting one. Probably one of the first people to do this one, I reckon. That's an LS1 alternator. That's not meant to be on there. Made myself a little bracket. You can see hiding in there. Can't really see it. Block the hole so oil doesn't go in there. She's nearly lined up. I think I need to shim it out 1 mil. So not too bad. I need to chuck a tensioner on there. From there to there, waiting for that to arrive from good old China. But don't worry about the engine today. That's sitting there. That's staying like that. That'll be next week, playing with that some more, modernising it if all the parts arrive that they need to, because there's going to be some exciting cool stuff happening on that. Definitely snowballed. But yesterday I went and picked up the subframe. S13 rear subframe, complete bloody thing. One of the most average condition setups I've probably seen. Just covered in rust. Surface rust, nothing major, but damn, it was messy. Managed to get a flat tyre in 2 different spots on the drive over. It was a 5-hour return drive. But what do we got? It is down here. So there's the subframe completely stripped. I actually stripped it at the bloke's house to fit it in the back of my car. Rear assembly over there. Gearbox diffs over there. The diff, I'm going to weld today as well. Pop that rear cover off and work out what ratio I've got and weld it. But the big thing is this subframe. So let's get this up on the table. Oh. Initially what I'd planned right now was I was going to cut all the arms up. So I was going to cut 30 mil out of every arm, and that was going to be my be all end all, which basically means the short axle is on the long side, which, because it is 30 mils shorter. And then I was going to cut an axle up for the long side, basically cut the long axle up. But talking to Grubby, we've got a bit of a plan for the axle side of things. And looking over this, it's going to be pretty simple. Well, easier. Leave all the arms, the factory length, and I'm actually going to cut 30 mil out of each side of the diff mounting points, on the back and on the front. And that should be easy enough, you know. Well, hopefully. And then I will run 2 short axles. And what we will do is on the diff, if we get down here, there we are, on the diff, we'll actually take one of these stubs out, and I'll get Grubby to 21 fab, that is, to take the flange, cut 30 mil out there, re-weld the flange on, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, she'll be done. 2 short axles, 30 mil shorter each side, 60 mil total. Should, by guesswork completely, make the S13 subframe suitable for an Echo. I was going to cut the rear. I might remove the rear bushes while we're here, actually. No, I'm saying that. What are these? For a crusty subframe, they're probably some of the better bushes I've seen. It's like they've been replaced. Don't know what I'll do there. Maybe I'll just put the bloody lock collars on the top, but they are big holes. I need to work that out. That is not the problem for today. The problem for today is going to be cutting it. As for working out how I'm going to cut it, I'm going to cheat. I got tape. The tape is 24 mil, closest I could get last night for 30 mil. Basically, what I guess is lay this down, cut on each side of the tape. The cut's going to be roughly 2 mil, that's going to be 28 mil. By the time I clean it up, close enough to 30 mil, there or thereabouts. Just going to measure the subframe up and take a couple of notes as I'm doing it. Make sure it actually works out, but yeah, let's get some tape down and go for it. So this is it. I'm potentially going to ruin this subframe or achieve what I want. I don't think there's going to be any middle ground. How I've marked the rear, this subframe's only ever taking an R180 now, which is fine because the car doesn't need more. It will never need more. It's a bloody Echo. R180s are perfect. I've used them up to decent power even. So let's get cutting. I'm going to do one side, make sure it all lines up, probably tack it up with the MIG first, and make sure it actually works. I'm not happy about how I'm going to mark the front. I'm not real sure. I've got tape on at the moment, not sure about it. But we're just going to start by cutting the back and go from there. Come along for the ride. First bit of destruction. Let's see what we've got here. First bit of destruction, eh? There we are. That's cut out. I'm going to measure that. See what size of extra. That was hot. That burnt my fingers. No other damage the whole time I'm doing it, but yep, that was hot. So the plan is here, obviously. Smooth that up, clean it up, weld it up. I trust my welding, so that's no hassle there. You can see it's flipped it a little bit, but yeah, you've got to move this front tape. I think I'm going to go up on the higher of the leg. It's a little bit skinnier, don't have to weld as much, and I reckon I can mask that easier. But yeah, I'll measure that, see what I've got, and just keep going. Have I ruined a subframe? Not sure. Honestly, not sure. Could have absolutely destroyed it at this point. Did start cutting up here. Realised I wanted to cut down here, so changed, so I'm going to have to put a little bit of weld over that, smooth it out. No dramas. Chuck some weld through primer, just a can down there, just in the inside, just so any of the exposed metal I've caused will be okay. Clamp at the back. Not sitting very good, but good enough for me to get a tack up in the corner, just as a locator. And then kind of square everything up, just a little bit of jiggery. The corners at the front, it's not sitting even. Probably should move to the ground. We'll see. We'll really see. I'm just going to wing this one, you know. But we'll get the MIG out and start tacking it up. Get that side sorted. As soon as I know that's square enough, I will jump over to the other side, cut that up and do the same. And then, obviously, just tack it at the moment. Once it's all done, I'll final weld it. That's if I've got enough gas. That's a thought that only just went through my mind. Hope I do. Couple of tacks done on the back, nothing on the front yet. But before I start, I had 6 40 on the back, and allowing for about 28 for the cut. That's all right. We have got 28 shorter. So back is good, front not so good. A key here is also going to be the diff needs to be able to bolt in. So I need to put a couple more tacks on the front. I really need to do it all. Far out. This could be a balls up yet. All right. Tack, tack, tack. Cut the other side. Put the diff in, make sure it fits, and then weld it up properly. That should be right. You know, just wing it, right? That's what building cars is about. Grabbing the welder, grabbing the grinder, and just winging it. If it doesn't work, bugger it. We start again. Oh, I'm cooking, but one side is tacked up, and as far as I can tell from measurements, it's all good. So she's tacked up strong. Now I just have to copy what I've just done onto the other side, and hopefully I don't warp it on this side. Oh well. Alright, I'll do some filming once I get to the end of that bit. Once it's all cut, tacked, we'll take over. A few mild burns. And some bits are fully welded, some bits are tacked, but I'm going to slide the diff in here upside down like this, see if it works. Come along for the ride. Let's get this diff in there. In fairness, it should just slide straight on in as if it's standard. It's a bit wet. She got washed before. Oh fuck. Alright. Let's see how we go here. Realised I don't have this microphone on, so if you can't hear me, bug ear, I just want to get the job done. Can't ask for a much better result than that one. Diff is in place. 2 front holes, perfect. Back ones, top 2 could do a little bit of a snugging up, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just like it was made for it, eh? I'm happy. Everything kind of looks like it's sitting square on my floppy plastic bench, but I have had it on the ground a couple of times and made sure of that. So that is good. Now I can happily finish welding with my destroyed MIG tip. Definitely needed to replace that, but that's the boat we're in now and I don't want to go out. So, finish welding this. Probably just chuck some weld prime on it, because I'm still going to do some reinforcing on it too. Probably just chuck the G-Tech reinforcements at it. Maybe I wasn't going to change the bushes because they look perfect. Have a look at this one. It is, yeah, have a look at that bush. She's destroyed. She's got a big split up the side. So yeah, it's going to need new bushes. That was the video of it set. That can go to the next one. Cutting them out, or I'll just do it when I get bored. I hate removing these bloody bushes. So that one, yeah, that one's not too bad. Oh, what a yuck job this has been. Filthy, dusty, hot, stinky, because I've had the door down. But, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Diff is back in there once again. Actually bolted it in. 2 bolts on the top, 2 bolts on the front. Not quite all tight. Well, front two aren't, but she's good enough. Now, pop that diff out, pop it in my cradle. We can work out what ratio I've got, and I can put this cradle, the subframe aside for now. She's all but done. That's a win. Can't even tell it's that much skinnier, I don't reckon. But, kind of looks like I haven't done anything if you don't look at the welds. Yes. Satisfaction. This is one of those jobs that I wanted to knock out now, because when I get the car I'm going to be excited. As soon as it's got a roadworthy and I've ripped it all apart, I just want to start chucking stuff at it. So having the subframe ready now, it's going to be good. Even though chances are I'll definitely have to get powder coated after the fact. She's past the point of painting. It needs to sandblast and powder coat with its condition. But yeah, we'll get that done and just knocking out little bits, you know, getting ahead of the game. Minute of truth, nuts are loose. Let's get this bloody thing open and see what's in there. Oh. Open diff, as you'd expect from an R180. Where are my numbers? There we are. 37 divided by 9. I can't do that in my head. Grab a calculator out. 37 divided by 9 is 4.11. I didn't think these came as a 411. I thought these came as a 408. Ah, that's fine though. I was hoping for a 436, and I might change it to a 436 later if I can find one. If anyone's... Speaking of that, if anyone's got a 436 R180, I'll swap a freshly welded one for you. And the other thing I need is a short axle and caliper pad retainers for the rear caliper. Just need them for one side, I'm missing them. But anyway, we'll get this welded up, get it at the side. These diffs I actually weld up with oil in them. I find it's easier, it makes a hell of a lot worse smell, but no slag falls on the gears, and just means it's easier after the fact. And then you just drain the oil, refill it, job done. Anyway, I'm going to close this one off here. Welding a diff up, everyone's done it. If you haven't, go do it, it's a bit of fun. Anyway, on to the next one. Let's see what we do next week. Hopefully it is modernising the engine a little bit. Got a few things coming, hopefully they arrive in time.